Hello and welcome to another episode of Eating Around the World. I'm Ginny and my co-host today is...
Hi, I'm Payton. Today we will be discussing Italian food.
What do you think of when you think of Italian food?
Well, I normally think of spaghetti, which is commonly thought of when you think about Italian food.
I normally think of pizza because it is in such high demand here in the United States. Well, we sat down to talk to the manager of a local Italian restaurant about what actually is Italian food and how we run a fantastic restaurant just like him. Hello and welcome. We are currently at a beautiful Italian restaurant and we will be interviewing Mr. Romeo Pasquale. Romeo's family first opened the restaurant in 1989 and he is now the successful owner of Pasquale's Italian restaurant. Please welcome Romeo to the show.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Romeo. How are you?
I'm just dandy, and you?
I'm great. How old were you when your family first opened Pasquale's?
I believe I was 7 years old.
When did you officially start working in the restaurant?
When I was 15, I worked as a busboy and occasionally a waiter.
Tell us about your career path. What made you want to continue your family's profession?
Well, I've learned about serving, plating, and making food for my father when I was like 13. My dad offered the restaurant to me when I was about 20. How could I say no? I mean, I grew up with it. It was honestly what I had thought of as my future and being as successful as my father was. I gladly accepted the offer and I have owned the place for 5 years.
What are some day-to-day activities you do as a manager?
Well, I have to order produce, make sure all the employees are happy and working well. I have to oversee the cleanliness of our restaurant and chat it up with the customers.
Now tell me, because this is one everyone wants to know. How do you keep customers coming in? What is your secret?
Haha, it's a secret. No, but seriously, just basically creating buzz for the restaurant, commercials, ads and papers, emailing customers, anything helps.
What are some challenges of being a restaurant owner?
The challenge is to one-up yourself every time you make a goal, but next time set your goal even higher. It's hard, but it keeps you moving and your restaurant successful.
What is some advice you have received from your father about running a restaurant?
Well, first you have to be very passionate about your work. You must have investors to help you along, and lastly, you must live your job.
What do you mean by live your job?
When I say live your job, I mean it's something you must always think about, always on your mind. Be passionate, love the outcome and feed of success.
Alrighty, thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
What a nice dude.
Yeah, you can really tell he is passionate about his work.
I remember one time I was at an Italian bakery and they had the most amazing desserts there. There was this one that had like flaky breading and chocolate on the end with white frosting in the middle.
That sounds amazing.
One of the most amazing things I've ever had in my entire life.
I'll tell you, them Italians have some good food.
I sure learned a lot from Romeo.
I did too. Makes me want to open a restaurant. But then I remember that I can burn water.
Yeah, probably not a good idea. Let's just stick to podcasts for right now.
Well said.
Some things are popular in Italian food, such as spices.
Yes, many spices are used such as garlic, bay leaves, basil, sapala, fennel, mint or oregano, chili, pepper, parsley, rosemary, and sage.
Geez, that's a long list, but all of those ingredients are very good for the food that we eat.
Yes, they are. Have you ever been to Italy?
No, but I feel like it would be really fun, and the food there is probably amazing.
What's your favorite thing that you've learned today?
I really loved learning about living your job. It's hard to find someone who is that passionate about their work. Most people these days are just saying how much they hate their jobs and how they hate waking up in the morning.
Yeah, my parents constantly complain about their jobs, saying that they are boring and that they don't want to work the next day.
When I get older, I'm going to do something that I love. I'm not going to live my life complaining about everything.
That's what they all say.
Anyways, back to Italian food. Let's talk about some dishes that are commonly prepared in Italy.
Okay, I'll find some. Here is one. It is called pesto. Do you remember when we were talking about spices in Italian food?
Yes?
Well, this one, like I said, is called pesto. It is a special sauce originating in Genova, Italy. It traditionally consists of crushed garlic, basil, European pine nuts, and cheese.
It says it is used most commonly on pasta.
Let's look at another one.
Sure, let me find one.
Oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
It's Italian meringue, a frozen dessert and frosting.
That sounds a little sweet for me. I would love to try it though.
It is made by beating egg whites to stiff peaks and then pouring hot syrup through the meringue, then you freeze it.
That actually sounds really, really good.
It really does.
It would be perfect for the summertime.
Yes, that sounds really good for a day at the beach.
It is most commonly used on cakes and is also eaten by itself on something they call Italian ice.
What is the difference between Italian pizza and American pizza?
Well, Italian pizza is often made out of flatbread and the American one is made out of Neapolitan bread dough. The Italian pizza is made out of a very thin crust and it is much crustier than our pizza.
Interesting. I found an article on Italian risotto. It is a rice dish typically served as a primo, which can be flavored in 100 different ways. The rice is cooked in broth to a creamy consistency. Nearly all risotto recipes contain Parmesan cheese.
There's this food that my aunt makes on her birthday called zuppa di paste. My aunt really loves making it because it embraces our Italian heritage.
What is it? It sounds very Italian.
It is a fish stew prepared with fresh and local ingredients such as carrots, green peppers, and garlic. Sometimes it's poured over noodles.
Everything seems to tie into pasta.
It is because Italy is famous for pasta dishes.
I know, but most of the time we only hear of spaghetti or Alfredo. We never really hear of risotto or anything like that.
Along the coast of Italy, you will find more seafood dishes.
One of them being zuppa di caze.
Haha, funny name.
The name is very funny sounding. Most people in Italy think it is a soup, but it is actually a classic way of cooking sea mussels in white and tasty sauce, and white wine, garlic, and Italian parsley.
I don't like parsley that much though.
Well, maybe it is something you are able to, take out of the dish.
Okay, that would be fine.
Other typical ingredients are salami, vegetables, and cheeses. Are there any good desserts you can tell the listeners about?
Yes, there are many, but one I know and love is called tiramisu.
What is that?
It is Italy's most famous dessert and it is made of coffee, soaked sponge cake, and cream cheese. And some people even drizzle chocolate on Italian drinks.
Okay.
Watermelon lemonade with kiwi splash, called a bevy.
The bevy is packed with fresh watermelon and kiwi so everyone can get in some of their daily servings of fruit while keeping cool and refreshed.
Sounds good. There is one called the strawberry citrus slush. This slush bears no resemblance to the unhealthy sweet frozen drinks you might get at a corner store. The flavors of grapefruit, lemon, and ginger combine for a unique crowd-pleasing slush.
These drinks sound perfect for a summer party, and all of these drinks are completely non-alcoholic.
That's great.
It's very great because people don't have to worry about portion sizes because none of the drinks we mentioned are high in calories.
Wow, that's really good.
They sound really healthy.
What has been your favorite fact you learned today?
I liked knowing what the difference between Italian pizza and American pizza. I wish there was more than one Italian restaurant in Wisconsin Rapids.
Me too. It's really a bummer we live in such a small town. Maybe they can open an Italian restaurant where the old Staples was.
That would be a pretty big restaurant, but yeah, then it would be right next to the other restaurant that is there.
It seems to be hard to keep a restaurant open here unless you are a fast food restaurant.
True, but I think if it was a true Italian restaurant and if it was decorated like you were actually in Italy, I think it would be easy to stay in business. I mean, El Mezcal has excellent Mexican food, and they keep in business. I think it is because when you walk into El Mezcal, you think you're in Mexico.
Yeah, I mean there's Chinese restaurants in Wisconsin Rapids. There is one downtown called Shawlee's. Now I haven't been there for a while, but when I went there once, they had a fountain and chopsticks and many Chinese artifacts and pictures on the wall. They have a small building, but a very nice setup.
The new Italian restaurant would be so big. They could make that place into a giant restaurant and could really make the place look real spiffy.
Spiffy. Funny word.
All right, it's not that funny.
Let's talk to the mayor about that Italian restaurant.
Maybe another day.
Aw, darn it. Are there any more topics we need to discuss today?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it.
Alrighty then, folks. That's all we have for you today. I'm Ginny.
And I'm Payton.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Eating Around the World. Have a fantastic day and come back next week to see us talk about French food.
French fries, French toast. I'm excited.
Alright, Peyton. See you guys next week.
Peyton, let's go out to eat. Sure, where at? Let's go to McDonald's. They have an assortment of different foods and drinks. Do they have coffee drinks? Yes, they have awesome coffee drinks, such as the mocha frappuccino, caramel frappuccino, pumpkin spice latte, and the white chocolate mocha. I only have $1. That's okay. They have a dollar menu full of really good sandwiches and salads. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Do you want to have an awesome meal like us? Find a McDonald's near you at mcdonalds.com. Ginny, don't you just love these boots? Yeah, what brand are they? They're UGG boots. I just got them. They look really soft and comfortable. Oh, believe me, they are. Do they keep your feet warm during this cold weather? Yes, they do, and they're super stylish. They're also comfortable for just wearing around the house. Where did you get those? UGGAustralia.com. I'm gonna go order a pair of those. Go online to UGGAustralia.com and order your own pair of UGG boots today.
Don't you just love cheeseburgers?
Oh, I know I do.
Have you ever tasted the McRib?
I've tasted the McRib.
How about those crispy fried chicken nuggets?
Ooh, those are the best.
Go to McDonald's now. Get your chicken nuggets, McDouble, and wraps from the dollar menu. Go to your local McDonald's and don't forget to say hi to the good old Ronald McDonald.
I'm loving it.